What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about Everwild. This is something that as soon as I saw the rumor on, I said, yep, gotta do something on it. This is a game that I was really impressed with the very little amount of times that we saw it. And, it's been through a lot. What we kind of know is that it basically completely restarted, right? People left, and the game was pretty much scrapped and restarted from scratch. And so to keep in mind that as we go through this rumor, when we see it next, I do wonder what is going to be the same and what will be different, because this is not like one or two features that was changed. This was like pretty much the entire game. So like, does the art style stay? Because actually how it looks was the biggest thing, and it was one of the only things you could actually gauge from the early kind of trailers that we got on it, is the art style and kind of that atmosphere that the art style brings us. So that I hope is the same. And if you want to do combat and you want to do all this other stuff that wasn't in the original, that's fine, as long as, we'll see what stays. I guess that's kind of what I'm saying. So we jump over to Jez Corden, who is a guy that honestly I've lost a lot of trust in over the last year. He has gotten a lot of things wrong. He does get things right here and there, but I feel like he leans more towards the not right more often than he does the right. Anyway, he still can get things right. And he said in the Xbox 2 podcast, I heard that development on Everwild is going well. They've nailed the gameplay loop now, and we should be seeing that in the future. Now, you could say they nailed the gameplay loop. Like, well, what does that mean? Well, a couple of things, actually. Number one, I look at that, if this is true, I would look at that as still a positive. Now, it's not like the greatest positive of all time. It doesn't mean that the game is coming out tomorrow. And actually, in the Reddit post that this is from, you see a lot of people saying, wow, like, took them 5 years just to get to, this is the earliest thing that you can think of. That might be true, but at the same time, they've gone through so much, and so much has changed. And for them to finally land on something is a positive. I think you can safely say that. Because, yeah, I mean, I don't know. You think about a gameplay loop, and that's probably not something you think of towards the end. It's probably something you think of more towards the middle or the beginning. But, again, at the same time, if the game has been in and that's where I'm looking at it. The game has been in limbo for so long. The game has had a lot of problems, some severe issues, right? So when they're finally able to nail even just a fundamental thing that every game nails at some point, right? That is still a positive, because it just took them so long. And then seeing it in the future, I mean, that doesn't really mean anything to me, right? Because does that mean this year, next year, 2 years, 3? What does it mean, right? I don't know. I would assume this game is a long, long ways away. Honestly, I kind of forgot about the last little arc, because I think I covered even up until the point that it was maybe canceled outright and maybe restarted. I think I forgot that it got restarted, so I don't even think I've thought of Everwild as a thing over the last little while, but I'll definitely take it. Again, at the time, it's hard because you got to put yourself back multiple years, and it was almost a different era of Xbox compared to what you're getting now. But the game did stand out. It had that standout kind of vibe to it, at least for me, for the kind of games that I enjoy. It stood out. But a lot has changed, and we don't even know what has changed, right? So next time we see it, it's probably going to be radically different, and I'll hold off on the rest of the judgment until then. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, bell icon turned on. I hope to see you all on the next one.